Hey guys, welcome back to All Gains Mindset, and we got a good video for you today. So we're going to be talking about Chadwick Boseman and why we thought that he was a very motivating individual, right?
First of all, let's just give a quick moment of silence. Rest in peace to this man. He was very, rest. Okay.
He was the Black Panther, obviously,
Yes.
right? So we, aside from loving to work out and run and do everything we do, eat healthy, we also like Marvel movies. So
Yeah.
to hear his passing is very upsetting to us, right? And it turns out that I guess he had colon cancer. I think it was. He's been diagnosed.
He was diagnosed in 2016. So after he finished filming his role in Civil War, which was his first role in Marvel.
Now, as great as he was, there's also a couple lessons that you can learn from his last couple of years, right? So when he was in 2016, when he was diagnosed, what he could have done is say, "Oh, I have cancer now." He could have played victim, right? He could have gone on TV and said that he had this disease, this cancer, and that he was very sick and that he didn't want to work anymore. He could have felt very sorry for himself, right, after getting diagnosed. And he could have just not done movies anymore. He could have sat home. He could have whined about it, right? He could have been a little bitch about it, right? Sit at home. But what he did was he made one of my favorite movies, right? He made Civil War. This guy in 2016 was diagnosed, and he made Captain America: Civil War, one of the greatest Marvel movies in my opinion. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But
he also did Black Panther. He did Captain America. Oh, not Captain America. He did Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, and a few other movies in between those. And he kept his diagnosis private to anyone. No one knew. And so when everyone found out about his passing, we were all like confused on how he had cancer because no one knew that he actually had this problem. And so that was a big thing because write this down. This man, because he had all this, he had determination to finish the things he wanted to do. He wanted to create these great roles and to create things for people to see. Even though he had, he had colon cancer, he didn't want to let that stop him from doing the things that he wanted to do. He cared about, the people that he worked with. He cared about the craft. He cared about a lot of different, things that made him happy. He didn't want that. He didn't want, the colon cancer to stop him.
he could have easily given up, right? He could have easily played a victim, right? He could have gone in a victim mentality, but he kept working. And while he was secretly sick, he was making all these great movies, right? Like and he also did Avengers: Infinity War. He did Endgame, and he obviously did Civil War, and he did all this stuff, and he did the Black Panther movie, which was a great hit, and he did all of this while sick, and no one really knew. So, the life lesson to take from that is that a guy, anyone, when something happens, right, you need to keep pushing forward, right? Because you cannot go back in time and stop what, and change what you've done. The only thing that you can do is move forward. So in his mind, he was probably thinking, all right, well, this really sucks, and I know I might not have that much time left, or whatever the case may be, we don't know. But what he was thinking in his mind that you should take away was, what can I do moving forward? How can I spend every single day utilizing my time? So what did he do? He kept making movies. He kept moving forward and kept doing different things. That's what we all need to do, especially during the hard times. The best thing we can do is keep moving forward.
You can't keep yourself in a victim mentality, because by doing that, ending up closing yourself off, and you end up going down a negative spiral. Chadwick, he found out that he had, stage 3 colon cancer, and yeah, he was probably shocked about it, but he wasn't going to let that stop him from doing the things he wanted to do. And he made a whole bunch of great movies. He was in 42 in 2013. He was James Brown in another movie. I don't remember the name of it. Sorry. He made a lot of great roles. He did a lot of great things. That's something that we need to take and use it as an example for ourselves and push forward in our lives. He set the example that we need to take and accomplish on our own. We need to have determination. We have to keep moving forward, and we need to, be better in our own self and not let these things take us back. We need to keep going forward.
Yeah, there are two kinds of people that test your will in times of crisis and trauma. There's the people who kind of give up, they stop, they say, well, there's no point in really moving forward anymore. I'm just going to give up. I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to let the chips fall where they may. And then there is the other guy. There's the opposite. This is the guy who says, okay, this happened. What can I do to make the best of my life moving forward? What can I do to keep going, right? So he always made sure that he was working and making the best of his time. That's what we need to, he had the determination and he kept moving forward, especially, those are the really hard times that really test, someone's will, right? Their instinct is how hard they push when they go forward. How hard can they take the pain and morph it into something beautiful? That's what we need to do when we go through a lot of traumatic stuff, when we go through heartache, when we go through like times of despair. We need to keep doing these two things. We need to maintain determination and utilize every single moment that we have, because no one really ever knows how much time we have left. So what you can do is you can keep making moves and keep taking action and creating anything you can. Create new content of your own life to utilize every second that you have. Our boy Chadwick Boseman did, and he had some great movie roles because he decided to take action, and just no matter what was going to hit him, he decided to go for it either way. And he left us with one of the greatest movie roles ever, the Black Panther. So that's something we need to take away.
Yeah, so I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this little video. We definitely wanted to give our prayers to Chadwick's family, and this is definitely a really tough time for everybody right now. And thank you guys for watching. There's more content coming, so definitely subscribe, like, share this video, and we'll see you guys very soon.